You know what? Actually, before I go, let's go ahead and look up a couple of those trailers for the stuff that was shown at the Nintendo Direct, specifically the ones that I put in Discord, Unicorn Overlord, and then the Saga Emerald Beyond. Let's go ahead and end the recording for the actual play. Alright, so let's look at the Unicorn Overlord.
Will, Mother.
Your kingdom. Reclaim your destiny.
And this is definitely the one that they teased a long time ago. I recognize the main character from that teaser they did way back.
Stolen minds and stolen nations. Yet as the world stands consumed by immense evil, a fallen prince shall rise again, ring of legend lighting his path.
That is the Ring of the Unicorn, ancestral treasure of Cornea's royal lineage. Legend speaks of your ancestors wielding it to purify evil.
Yet the answer is clear as day now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it I will, Mother.
Freely traverse an expansive world. Gather new
Man, those
allies,
battle animations look
forge
so
your
damn good.
bonds, and lead the liberation to glorious victory. Cultivate a grand army with over 60 unique characters, from humans and elves to massive beasts and heavenly angels.
Today marks our first foray into the mists of despair which hang heavy over our home. It may take days,
A little bit.
months, or even years.
And of course
but
it's
I shall see
Vanillaware, so the
duties of my
food has to
bloodline
look
fulfilled.
amazing.
Atlas and Vanillaware present the rebirth of tactical fantasy RPGs. Unicorn Overlord. Available March 8th, 2024.
It's actually not that far away. The other one was Saga Emerald Beyond.
A new saga begins. A multi-layered RPG full of rich stories awaits in Saga Emerald Beyond. There are 6 heroes to choose from.
I do like that they've gone
A
back.
young man who fights with sentient puppets.
It feels
A witch
almost like they've
disguised as a
gone back to
schoolgirl
Saga
to mask her
Frontier,
identity.
and that it seems like there's
A crime-fighting duo chasing down a
human,
mysterious
robot,
organization.
and other races that are
A songstress
probably
mech who lost her voice and body.
they're probably going to have different ways of
And
getting
a
their
king of
stats.
darkness who was recently reawakened. Select a hero, then follow their journey through 17 interconnected worlds as they strive to achieve their goals. How the story unfolds is in your hands. The choices you make can unlock different
Yeah,
paths
it's a completely new
more
game.
than ever before seen in the Saga franchise. Fight in timeline battles, turn-based combat in which turn order is crucial to victory. Use
It
special
looks like they're
techniques
still
to control the
using
order
the-
of actions.
the system from
Or
Saga Scarlet
activate team
Grace.
combos to swing the tide of battle in your favor. Saga Emerald Beyond launches on Nintendo Switch next year.
And since it's Square Enix, I doubt it'll be just Switch. Let's see, what else was there? Honestly, as much as I like Saga, and I look forward to playing them, especially the new ones, I really haven't played that many either. Like, I played the absolute crap out of Saga Frontier on PS1 when it came out way back in the day. Like, I did every character 2 or 3 times, which, it was kind of my go-to, because going through a character only took maybe 12, 15 hours, so it was something that you could just do like in a couple of days in between something else. Saga Frontier 2 was more, it was more like it was one long story that was kind of, you could kind of tackle, you know, in different, you could kind of go your own way through the story, but it was just one long story. I also played the original Saga game, the one that was Final Fantasy Legend. I played the remake on Wonderswan for that. And I played one character of Unlimited Saga, which that game you practically need to study for, like, to the level of a PhD to understand. Like, there is so much cryptic shit in that game that they don't tell you. I did one character, and I kept meaning to go back to do another, but I never got around to it. So, I haven't played Saga 2 or 3. I haven't played Romancing Saga 1, 2, or 3, and I haven't played Saga Scarlet Grace. So, yeah, I haven't even played half of the Saga games, but the one I did play, I do really like. So I keep wanting to play more, I just don't get around to it. Yeah, I think we were actually having this conversation in Kaz's chat the other day. The Saga series and the Metal Max series, that's something that they have in common, is that they are very non-linear. You kind of have to run around and find shit on your own. The difference between Metal Max and Saga is that the actual mechanics of Metal Max are a little easier to get a grasp on. You basically just have to figure out how to build your tanks, and then you're set. Whereas Saga tends to have a lot of mechanics to it. Like Saga Frontier, for example, and that's what I was saying, it looks like Emerald Beyond might be going back to that. It had multiple different types of characters. You had humans who would just learn skills and get stat ups depending on how they fought. Kind of similar to Final Fantasy II, where, you know, if you get hit, your HP goes and your defense goes up. You do damage, your attack goes up. Stuff like that. And they would also just randomly, when using skills of a weapon that they're good at, would just learn a better skill. Then there were mystics that had like 3 different slots that they could, if they got a kill shot on an enemy, they could choose to absorb it into that. Like, I think it was like feet, gloves, and something else. But 3 of their equipment slots were essentially there for them to absorb a monster. And depending on what monsters they absorbed, they got different skills and they got different stat ups. That was for mystics. And then there were monsters who would just eat a monster after battle. And depending on what type of monster it was, there's all these different evolution paths they could go up and down that would turn them into different monsters that you would fight in the game. So if you had a spreadsheet letting you know what to do, you could very quickly turn a monster into like an end game monster by having it eat the right things. And then there were robots whose their stats are 100% dependent upon what you equip them with. Like different armors, different weapons, everything has different, would give them different stat bonuses. Human, mystic, monster. I think that was all of them for Saga Frontier. And that kind of comes from the original Saga games. Because Saga 1, 2, and 3 were kind of like that. Where you had different races that would progress differently. Like in the original Saga, humans could only get stronger by buying them stats. Like you could actually go to a store and buy stats to put on them. Mystics actually leveled up kind of in the way humans do in Saga Frontier. And remember if there was anything else. I think there was also monsters, and same thing. They would change into other monsters depending on what they ate. I think those are the only ones in the original Saga game. Whereas in Saga Frontier 2, pretty much everybody is just a human. They just gain stats and learn new moves at random in battle. And then in Unlimited Saga, it's way more complicated. There's like this whole grid thing that you have, and every time you finish a dungeon, you get like your choice of a few different things to put into one of the slots, and depending on how you arrange them and what's in there, like you get stat boosts and all this other stuff. You still gain skills the same way in the other ones by, just using skills against strong enemies, and there's a chance that they'll learn something better. But even then, there's like 100 different things you have to look up and figure out in Unlimited Saga. That's why I kind of always joke, you kind of need your PhD in the game before you can even attempt a successful run in it. Yeah, and those are the only 4 I've played. I haven't played any of the romancing sagas. I have them all, and same with Saga Scarlet Grace. I have that one too. I keep meaning to jump into and play them. And then for the original sagas, I haven't played 2 and 3. And rather than playing the Game Boy Final Fantasy Legend versions, there's fan translations of the DS remakes. Yeah, I mean, it's a series that I've been wanting to get into, and just something else shiny. I kind of always gets my attention instead. Easiest one to get into. I haven't played it, but honestly, I would probably say Scarlet Grace. From what I understand, it does have a lot of like meat to it that you have to understand. But unlike the other Saga games, the thing that made Scarlet Grace actually do better is they have really good tutorials. Whereas in most Saga games, they don't tell you shit, and you need to figure it out for yourself or look up FAQs. But from everything that I've heard, Saga Scarlet Grace has really good tutorials to let you know how everything works. So probably that one, or maybe this new one. Maybe they'll do the same in this new one, and then make it, I don't know, make it a little more user friendly. Any other? I guess we can look at the because I haven't seen it yet. The Tales of Arise DLC trailer. What was the name of it? Beyond the Dawn. Yeah, let's take a look at 2 minutes.
One year has passed since the end of the great conflict between Dana and Rena. And so, our journey continues.
There she is! Don't let her get away! After her!
The gang's all here. This is Nazamil. Some Danans from around here are after her, because her father is a lord.
Nice to meet ya.
The truth is that people will always doubt, hate, and reject. If we go our separate ways, we won't cause each other any problems. And I'm in no pain.
Are you hungry? If you are, I can fix that.
The day is ending, but my nerves are calm.
How could the hero of Dana defend this abomination? I don't get it. Whose side are you on anyway?
All differences must be erased. Once there are no differences, there will be...
Oh, that's not even that far away.
Just for a little longer. Be patient.
Not gonna lie, though. That looks like a cash grab. Like, it doesn't seem like they did this to tie up any, like, story threads that were loose from the original game. Like, it's this new little, like, short story that's completely focused around a brand new character that they're just introducing. Yeah, this feels like it... I'll probably still give it a try just because I had fun with the combat in Tales of Arise, even though I'm going to have to completely relearn it. But story-wise, yeah, this 100% feels like a cash grab. Like, it was just, hey, this game was really popular, just throw something together to get them to spend a few more bucks on it. Yeah, because I don't, like I said, it doesn't feel like it's giving any closure to anything that was already in the story. It feels like a side story that they're just plopping on there. Let's see, was there anything, I guess it's the Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 trailer. I already seen that one, but I guess we can watch that too and then head and end stream, just so that we're covering, I think that's all the bases on jrpg stuff that's coming out.
The world's ending. At least, that's what everyone's saying.
But yeah, that's kind of confirming that Zack is going to be alive. So yeah, definite major changes from the original story.
To the New World Order. Fire!
Oh, did I? I didn't even know there was a new trailer for that.
Just
we'll watch it
close
after
your
this.
eyes and listen. Tell me you can't hear that. Her rallying cry.
Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies.
We can overcome our fate.
Am I the same as these monsters? Am I even human?
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh, Sephiroth, you see. So you heeded the call too, did you?
What are you talking about?
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
God, that looks so fucking lame.
Yeah. I
Riding a
ask, 'cause I
Segway.
suspect there's soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Yeah.
Do not be deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth!
Come on!
And that's kind of one of the things that I said I was worried that they were going to do. Like, Zack is going to stay alive, Aerith is going to stay alive, they're going to save the planet at the end instead of having it, you know, flip to the future, showing everything fucked with just Red 13 and his kids around. Like, I feel like they're just leaning towards taking all the bitter out of the bittersweet ending that was Final Fantasy VII and just making it mega happy. And I also still feel like they're going to try to redeem Sephiroth and make him a good guy because he's way too popular to be a bad guy.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit.
A weapon?
Tutelary creatures.
said only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
Who dares disturb my slumber? It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge.
So they've shown everybody but Sid.
I'm waiting, Cloud.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that was one of the things that Final Fantasy VII was kind of... Like, that was one of the things that set it apart from a lot of the other games, was that there was actual consequences to everything. Like, Aerith died. I mean, Zack obviously was dead before the game even started. You don't even really find out he existed until you find out that Cloud, is not a soldier. He was just pretending to be Zack, or thought he was Zack. And then they made Crisis Core, and they made his death, this big, tragic thing. And then, like I said, the ending for Final Fantasy VII was like, yeah, they saved the planet from Meteor for a little while, but then it flashes forward. I forget how many years. It says how many years it flashes forward, and it's like humanity is kind of gone. Nature is reclaiming Midgar, and it's just Red 13 and his two kids basically sitting there like, oh yeah, they saved themselves for a little while, but humanity still kind of went off. They didn't explicitly say it, but that was kind of implied, that humans were gone. And especially when they showed that scene in the first game, when they were having like the phantoms like show them all the future, like, oh, this is bad, this is what's gonna happen. Like they're gonna take all the bad out of the ending and just make it super happy at the end of this. And yeah, like I said, like the fact that 7, or the original 7, just kind of let you sit with all that, like it's not super happy, was kind of what set it apart. And now it seems like they're just gonna make it super happy. And I mean, more proof of what I was saying, that I think they're gonna try to redeem Sephiroth. I mean, look what comes with the fucking collector's edition. Like, everybody loves Sephiroth so goddamn much, and they ride his nuts so much. That's the main reason why I think they're gonna redeem him. He is so goddamn popular that they're just gonna I think they're gonna turn him into a good guy. That doesn't really have any... I'm finding, little hints here and there in the game and in the previews for the second game. Again, I might just be seeing stuff that I want to see, but a lot of it is just coming from meta knowledge of, like, he is so damn popular. And Japan has a hard time accepting a bad guy being loved that much. I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they throw him into everything. And yeah, like, whenever a bad guy does get that popular, they almost always find some way to redeem them or make them a good guy, or at the very least an anti-hero. I hope I'm wrong, but I've got a feeling in my I got a feeling churning in my stomach ever since I played the first game that that's what they're gonna do. Let's take a look at Silent Hope, and then we will end the stream. Just basically wanted to look at all the JRPG relevant stuff that happened. If there's anything I missed, let me know. These are the only ones
A silent hope lies in a world without words. One day, a once peaceful realm was silenced by its king. Now, 7 wordless warriors will rise. In this action RPG, these heroes bound by fate must work together to explore the abyss and find the secluded king. However, with its ever-changing dungeons and powerful foes, conquering the abyss will be no easy feat. Wield weapons like swords, bows, magic, and more to survive this deadly chasm. After you return to base, materials you've collected will help you cultivate resources and forge new items. Repeated forays into the abyss will enable you to grow stronger and dive deeper.
Can you hear me?
Your guide on this journey is the kingdom's sorrowful princess, encased in a crystal of her own tears. And through a mysterious power, her voice reverberates in the hearts of the silent warriors. Why did the king steal the world's words? And what awaits the warriors in the depths of the abyss? Silent Hope dives onto Nintendo Switch October 3rd.
Honestly, that seems more like a roguelike to me than anything else. Just the fact that the dungeons are procedurally generated, and it seems like they want you to, basically go through the dungeons multiple times for stuff. It feels kind of like it's more like a roguelike than a straight-up action RPG. Oh yeah, that's right. There was another Aiden Chronicle.
A heroic tale will soon unfold. Lead an army of over 100 heroes into battle and put an end to an empire's invasion. Meet Noah, a humble villager. Sane, an officer from the Empire. And Marissa, a forest guardian. These 3 band together to fight for a common goal. On their journey, they'll meet a variety of heroes who can join their cause.
Hey, we got the Gargura race.
Known as the headquarters. As allies join you, additional facilities will become available. You'll be able to tend crops, open shops, and more. Each hero you encounter has their own backstory and motivation. They may not always get along at first, but these conflicts may strengthen the bonds between your heroes. Trust, betrayal, justice, and truth. A heroic tale will begin when Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes launches on Nintendo Switch, April 23rd.
Oh yeah, it's 100% supposed to be like as close to Suikoden as is legally possible. I think that's where we can leave it. But yeah, that's I don't know if I missed anything, but I think that's all the like JRPG relevant stuff that was shown off. So I guess let me go ahead and see if I can find someone to raid. And I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow when we continue 7th Dragon. Oh, what the hell? Why did that take so long to load in?